maths online class. Students, in this video I am explaining you cube and cube roots. Means today I am going to tell about you cube and then perfect square. So today's topic is a cube and cube perfect square. Students, if you understand the square, then you can easily solve the cube. You can easily solve the perfect cube. You can easily solve the cube roots. But if you understand the square, so what is the square? If any numbers raised to the power 2, so numbers called the square of that number. Like as 8 raised to the power 2. So this is a square of 8. So how we can write this number? 8 multiplied by 8. So what is your power? This is the power, and you know because you understand the exponent. In exponent, so this is the base and this is the power. And base and power meaning is base multiplied by how many times? 2 times, because is the power 2. Is power 2. So this power is called the square of the 8. Square of the 8 means 8 is 64. So 64 is a perfect square of the 8. 64 is the perfect square is the 8. Same as here. Cube. The cube of a number is that raised to the power. What? Raised to the power 3. If any numbers have a power 3, so that number you can call the cube. And what cube? This is a number cube. That is not a, this cube means you familiar this cube and you know that this is a cube of any. And what is the property of cube? All the sides are in a cube are equal. So this is a cube and this is a cube. Both are different here. So look here some examples. So what is written here? 2 raised to the power 3. Meaning is 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 multiply by how many times? 2 multiply by 3 times, because power is here given 3. So 2 to the 4, 2 the 8. 8, and then another example, 4 raised to the power 3. You can say the 4 cube. So 4 multiply by how many times? 3 times. 4 for the 16 and 16 for the 64. Will be 64. Now 7 power 3. So 7 multiply by 3 times. 7 7s are 49. Then 49 7s are, you can multiply by 49 7s are 7 9s are 63. Write 3, carry 6. 7 4s are 28 plus 6 34, 343. So these are a cube of the 7. This is a cube of the 4. This is 8 is a cube of the 2. So what is the cube of 8? So 8 cube will be 2. 8 cube will be 2. So you can say, you can call the cube of a number is that raised to the power 3. Raised to the power 3. 7 cube of, you can say the cube of 7 what? So how we can write that? We can write like as 7 raised to the power 3, and meaning is 7 raised to the power 3 means 7 multiplied by 3 times, then we get this 343. And you can also say the 2 cube of 2. So how we can write the cube of 2? So this number, if any numbers you find, if anywhere you find the any numbers power 3, so you can say that is a cube of the number, that is a cube of the given number, means cube of 2. So what, how we can write the cube of 2? So we can write like as 2 power 3 and r2 raised to power 3. Then so what is the meaning of 2 raised to power 3? So how we can find the a number cube? So when we multiply that number how many times? 3 times. अगर हम किसी नंबर से कोई पूछता है कि उस नंबर का क्यूब क्या होगा, तो हम वो नंबर 3 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे तो हमको उस नंबर को क्यूब मिल जाएगा. लाइक एज, so if the question is asking cube of 2, what is the cube of 2? So cube of 2, so firstly we write in this form. Firstly we write in this form. Which form? In the exponential form. Exponential form. So exponential form, 2 raised to the power 3. So we can write the 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 like as 2 raised to power, and the question is saying, so what is the cube of 5? So what is the cube of 5? Meaning is, so firstly we write the cube of 5 in this form. Which form? Exponential form. When we write the exponential form, then we can write this exponential form, we expand according to the power. पहले हम इसको एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म में राइट करेंगे, फिर इसको इसके पावर के अकॉर्डिंग एक्सपैंड कर देंगे. Then we get what? 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5, 125. This is a 8. So 125 is the cube of 5. R 5 is the cube of what? Cube of 5 what? Cube of 5 is a 125. And cube of 2 what is it? 8. And same as the cube of 4. Cube of 4 64. You can say the cube of 4 is a 64. So this about the cube. Cube, especially keep in mind power 3. If any numbers power 3, so that is the cube. That is the cube. Power 3 means, so you multiply that number how many times? 3 times, and you can find the cube of the given number. Cube of the given number. Now next topic is then perfect cube. So what is the perfect cube? What is the perfect? A perfect cube is a number that is the cube of an integer. This is the perfect cube. Why? What? Perfect cube, because 8 have a how many? 2. How many 2? 3 in one group. One group. So a perfect cube is a number. अगर किसी नंबर को जब 3 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई करो और नंबर जो मिले वो नंबर क्या होता, जिस नंबर को मल्टीप्लाई किया उसका वो परफेक्ट क्यूब होता है. लाइक एज नंबर 1. इफ 1 we can multiply by how many times? 3 times. Then we get the 1, because you know property of 1. And then 2, when we 2 multiply by 3 times, then we get 8. So 8 is the perfect cube. What? 2. Then 3, when we multiply by 3 times, then we get 27. 27 is the perfect cube of 3. Then 4, 64 is the perfect cube of 4. Then 5, 125 is the perfect cube of 5. So this is about the perfect cube. Perfect cube means which number have a 3 what? 3 सेम नंबर. इजी वे में समझ लो, जिस नंबर को किसी नंबर को 3 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई करो और जो नंबर मिलता है वो उस नंबर का परफेक्ट क्यूब होता है. लाइक एज अ 9. इफ यू मल्टीप्लाई द 9 हाउ मेनी टाइम्स? 3 टाइम्स. सो इफ यू देन यू गेट इंटीजर हियर. इंटीजर ही मिलेगा. इंटीजर. सो दैट इंटीजर इज अ perfect cube of 9. You can say that integer is a perfect cube of 9. So this number is a perfect cube. And how we can examine the perfect cube? That number is given number is a perfect cube or not same as. हम कैसे एग्जामिन करेंगे, कैसे चेक करेंगे कि नंबर परफेक्ट क्यूब में है कि नहीं? Same if you understand the square, so you can find the perfect cube or you can check the perfect cube. Same as a square. जैसे आप स्क्वायर चेक करते हो कि परफेक्ट स्क्वायर है कि नहीं, कैसे चेक करते हो? यू नो वेरी वेल. सो बिफोर द एग्जामिन फर्स्टली वी डिस्कस अबाउट द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ क्यूब. Properties of cube. So what is the properties? Here some properties. So look here. Easily even. Even means when we have an even number cube. So what is the cube of even number? Look here. We take example like as a 2. 2. What is the cube of 2? Cube of 2 means 2. Cube of 2 means कैसे राइट करेंगे क्यूब ऑफ 2 को? 2 raised to power 3. Meaning is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, then we get what? 8. And 8, what is the 8? 8 क्या है? 8 is a even number. So when we find the cube of even number, so you get also a even number. आप किसी भी even number का क्यूब फाइंड करोगे तो हमेशा आपको even number ही मिलेगा. You can check any times like as this number 4. 4 even number. So what is the cube of 4? Cube of 4 means 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. How many times? 3 times. Then we get the 64. 64 is also a perfect what? Even number. So when we find the cube of any even number cube, then we also get the even number. Now odd. Same as even number को cube find करोगे तो even मिलेगा. Odd number cube find करोगे तो odd मिलेगा. Like as a 3. 3. What is the cube of 3? Cube of 3. How we can write the cube of 3? Listen, बच्चों, आप cube of 3 मतलब क्या हुआ? Cube Listen, cube of 3. So how we can write? We can write like as 3 raised to the power 3. Cube means power 3. Keep in mind, power 3. So 3 multiply by 3, then 27. 27 is the odd number. So 27 is the odd number. So this is the cube. If you find the odd number cube, so you get the odd number also. Minus 1. So what is the minus? Minus 1 means this is showing the negative number. Minus 1 is a example of negative number. अगर negative numbers है उसका cube क्या होगा? Keep in mind, minus 1 multiply by minus 1 multiply by minus 1. Then we get the minus 1 minus minus plus. एक बार plus, फिर इस plus को minus से multiply करेंगे तो क्या मिलेगा? Minus. Means if you find the means negative number cube will be negative. Negative number cube will be negative. Negative number, keep in mind, negative number का cube हमेशा negative होगा. And fraction simply. So how we can find the this number cube? So what is here written? 2 upon 5 raised to power 3. Simply आप 2 upon 5 को multiply कर दो. 3 times 2 to the 4 to the 8 and 125. 125. So this is about the properties of cube. What? Properties of cube. And I think you understand the what is the cube. Cube is the cube. The number of is that the number raised to the power 3. 3. Keep in mind 3 किसी नंबर की power 3 तो वो number cube क्या होगा? Cube कहेंगे उसको. Then how to examine? How we can examine the any perfect square or not a perfect square? So look here. So we can examine very easy. So this is the example here. So how we can examine? So look, suppose that here one number is given 125, and the question is saying examine the 125 is a perfect or not. Perfect or not. So how we can examine? We can examine by the prime factorization method, because we can we are also examine the square by prime factorization method, same as here. हम एग्जामिन वहां भी करते थे, स्क्वायर में भी प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन मेथड से हम यहां भी करेंगे. 125 प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन मेथड 25 5 25 5 5 5 1. Listen, keep in mind step. First step, prime factor means find the prime factor. Second step what? Make the pairs. Make the pairs of a number. So multiply by 5, multiply by 5. Triplet number का pair बनाएंगे. Triplet number. We make the group, not pair. This is not a pair. We cannot say this is a pair, because in pair how many number there are? There should be 2 number. But we can say the group. We make the group of 3 number. Same number. हम 3 numbers का group बनाएंगे, same number. First prime factor, then we write the prime factor and make the group of 3 numbers. If you have a group, if you have a numbers in a group of 3, so that is a perfect cube. So this is because 5 5 5 3 numbers in a group. How many numbers here? 5. So 125 is the perfect cube. 125 is the perfect cube. Same as like as a 200. 200. So you can find the 200 per prime factor. 200, 250, 225, 5, 5, then 5, 1. So 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 5 multiply by 5. Second, first prime factor. Then second, we make the group of 3 number. We make the group of 3 number. बनाओ group of 3 number का pair. First pair. अब इसके पास you have is there. One number is left. So एक number नहीं है. So there is a no. So 5. This is not a, means 200 is not a perfect cube. This is not a perfect cube. So students, keep in mind some important things. So what is the cube and what is the property of cube and what is the perfect cube. What is the perfect cube? So keep in mind, again I will revise these topics. Cube, which number raised to power 3, that number cube means raised to power 3. So cube of 8 means, so we can write the 8 power 3. So this is the cube. This is the cube, and 8 power 3 means 8 multiplied by how many times? 3 times. So this is the cube. Now perfect cube. So a perfect cube is a number that is a integer, and this is if any numbers have a 3 times multiply, so you can you get a number. So that number is called the perfect cube. And properties of cube: even, odd cube, odd, negative cube, negative. So this was all about for today, and today's homework is your solve the question number 1 of exercise 4a. This is your homework. So keep in mind, and attendance is very important. So everyone write your name, roll number, name, class and section in the comment box. Thank you and take care.